American singer-songwriter Peter Yarrow, whose caring and righteous vocals helped establish the trio Peter, Paul, and Mary as one of the most popular folk acts of the 1960s, died at the age of 86 on Tuesday at his home on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. Yarrow, with Noel, Paul, Stookey, and Mary Travers, captured the attention of millions with their songs in favor of civil rights and against the Vietnam War. During one span in the 1960s, they released 6 Billboard top 10 singles, 2 #1 albums, and won 5 Grammys. Our fearless dragon is tired and has entered the last chapter of his magnificent life. The world knows Peter Yarrow, the iconic folk activist, but the human being behind the legend is every bit as generous, creative, passionate, playful, and wise as his lyrics suggest, his daughter Bethany said in a statement to the Associated Press. Yarrow penned the group's most enduring song, Puff the Magic Dragon. The song was one of the group's most successful, peaking at #2 in August 1963, according to Billboard. Publicist Ken Sunshine told the Associated Press that Yarrow, who died Tuesday in New York, had bladder cancer for the past 4 years. With Yarrow's death and Travers passing in 2009 at age 72, Stookey, 87, is the group's last living member. In addition to their own success, the group provided exposure to the music of Bob Dylan. The trio's recordings of 2 of his songs, Don't Think Twice, It's All Right, and Blowin' in the Wind, became Billboard top 10 hits during an American renaissance in folk music. The group performed the song during the 1963 March on Washington, at which Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his famous I Have a Dream speech. As a child in a middle-class family in New York, Yarrow took violin lessons. He later switched to guitar. Embracing the work of folk music icons such as Woody Guthrie and Pete Seeger, the AP said, he struggled as a musician in New York until connecting with Stookey and Travers. Although his degree was in psychology, he had found his true calling in folk music while at Cornell University. I saw these young people at Cornell who were basically very conservative in their backgrounds, opening their hearts up and singing with an emotionality and a concern through this vehicle called folk music, Associated Press quoted him as saying, it gave me a clue that the world was on its way to a certain kind of movement, and that folk music might play a part in it, and that I might play a part in folk music. Yarrow had met famed music manager Albert Grossman after a performance at the Newport Folk Festival. Grossman was looking to put together a vocal group in the vein of the Weavers, a harmony quartet from the 1940s and 50s that sang traditional folk and labor songs, as well as children's tunes and gospel, Billboard said. After teaming with Stookey and Travers, the group rehearsed for months before they became an overnight sensation when their first album, Peter, Paul, and Mary, released in 1962, reached #1 on the Billboard chart. Their second, In the Wind, reached #4, and their third, Moving, put them back at #1. While the trio often sang about war and injustice, they also had a soft side. In Puff the Magic Dragon, which Yarrow wrote with a friend while at Cornell, they sang of Jackie Paper, a young boy who embarks on countless adventures with his make-believe dragon friend until he outgrows such childhood fantasies and leaves a sobbing, heartbroken Puff behind.